Hi everybody. Alright, so I just got in the car to go pick up my grandson for visitation, and my car was making a horrible noise, and it's like a 45-minute drive. So I turned around because I'm not going to drive on the highway and then put the baby in the car, and so I don't know what's wrong. Something in the tire, maybe it's a ball joint or something. So now I have time to make a video. I came home because the rest of the day shot. But anyway, so I had a lot of questions, and I've been getting a lot of questions on my glues and adhesives that I use. So I thought I would do this video for those of you who wonder, don't know, and maybe I can answer some questions for when I'm making my mini albums. And if you already know, then tune out, and that's about it. So I will put the link to links to where I get each of these things in the description box below. That's for my magnets and the glue and everything else, and tape. Okay, so these are what I use for my mini albums, and I won't use anything else because they work great. I'll show you some other glues too. Alright, so the first thing is the fabric tack. And this is what it looks like. It comes in 2 sizes. I always buy the big one. I keep my small bottle, and I always just keep refilling my small bottle just because it's easier. You don't have to wait as long. And it's more economical, of course, to buy this, but I do occasionally, you know, until my bottle gets crappy that I can't use it anymore, then I buy the small one. But there goes the dogs. It's that time of the afternoon. But anyways, this is it bonds fabric, lace, glass, leather, woods, trims, grabs fast, dries clear, acid-free, washable. It stakes. It's very strong smelling. Kind of smells like nail polish remover. But this is what I use to glue all my pages down and everything, like the bulk of my pages to put them together. The fronts of the cup when I wrap my mini albums, this is what I use. I sometimes, if I have patience to let it dry, which it does dry quick, but not as quick as a glue gun, then I do glue down my laces and fabrics and everything with this. When I glue down my magnets, I always use this glue. I glue it on the back, slap it down, and then I put a piece of Scotch tape over it just to keep it in place until it dries. But I never take the tape off. I just leave it on. And so that's what I use for that. That's fabric tack. There's no links to buy it. I mean, you can look on Amazon and all that stuff. But I get mine at Michael's, Hobby Lobby, and you can use a coupon. It is expensive. I want to say it's anywhere between $12 and $16 for the big bottle, no matter where you live, but I always use a coupon. So, and then I think this is like maybe $8 or $6. I don't remember. I haven't bought this one in a long time, but so I always use a coupon for this, but it's worth the price, and a little goes a long way. So you can see I'm always stocked with it. I keep an abundance of it. My second favorite is this, which I just got turned on to this in probably, it's maybe been a year now. And it's back because during the winter they weren't shipping this because of the cold weather. So I get it's Art Glitter, but that's just the name of the company. It has nothing to do with glitter or anything. It's a designer dries clear adhesive, permanent, water-based, non-toxic, and it's acid-free. And it dries fairly quickly. This I use for when I really want to get intricate, like gluing down dies that are really cut out, and you can use the fine tip applicator, which you do have to buy separately. And you can really get on the edge of your papers with this, or in really fine details. I also use it to, let me just show you an example. Like these bling trims and stuff that I glue on things. They come sticky, but they don't last. They'll peel off. So I always use this underneath them before I put them down, and it's very controlled. This dries very clear. It does not make a mess. You have control over it. So this is great for gluing down little embellishments, paper, and stuff like that where the glue gun is just too messy, but you want it to be permanent and get in really small, fine areas. And you know, when you cut your die cuts and there's all the little intricate, the frames and stuff, you can really get around good with this. So that's what that is. This you can get, I get this from my friend Barb. She is Cali Craft Supplies. She just reopened a Facebook store, Cali Craft Supplies. I will have the link to that in the description box below. This does now come in a big, which I should have coming to me any day in the mail, the big refillable bottle that you can just keep pouring into here. So it's a bit, this is a 2-ounce bottle. This goes a long way. Gosh, I've had this since before Christmas and I still have like that much left and I use it every day. But so that's coming now. I'll put the link to her store in the bottom. That's Cali, C-A-L-I Craft Supplies, and that's on Facebook now. Her store is through Facebook. Yes Paste. I did a video on this a long time ago. This is a wonderful glue. Oh, one thing I want to say about this fabric tack. If you use like these, this is good for gluing down paper and stuff too, but it still is more like a water-based, and when you put it on your cardstock and you lay it down, you're gonna see those little buckles of glue. It's not perfect. It's very good for like really small things, cards, when you don't want to get into this expensive, more expensive glues. But if you're making a memory album, you want it to be around forever and look good. So use the good stuff for that. If you're gonna make just a little card or tag or something, then this stuff is okay. If you got thicker stuff, and it's cheaper. Yes Paste, I also love the Yes Paste, and this is like a Vaseline inside, and it's huge. You get this you could get this online like at joann's.com. That's where I've gotten mine. You could try Amazon. You could put it on with a paintbrush. It washes off your paintbrushes. You don't ruin it. I've used quite a lot of it. What I like to use this for is, which to be honest with you, since I've come across this, I tend to use this more. But what I used to like this for is to paint it on, like if I cut out or fussy cut an image, and I would paint it on the back and glue it down, so I'm not going to have anything lifting. My corners aren't going to lift. And it just really, it doesn't buckle your paper. You don't know anything. So this is probably good for mixed media to have on hand. If you're making like, you know, you want to put scrapbook paper on a little wood piece and glue it down, this is what's good for that. If you're doing a whole big mini album, you can paint the whole back of your papers and glue them down, but I would never get mini albums done then. That would take me too long. So actually, ever since I found this little fine tip applicator where I can really get the edges of my papers and stuff, I don't use this as much, but it's still very good. Second most important thing is this double-sided adhesive tape. This is what I use. I will put the link in the description of where I get mine. I get it on Amazon. And the cheapest I found it, and if somebody else knows cheaper, let me know. But I get it, I'll put the link in the description, and it comes 5 rolls for $23. And what I use this for is when I'm doing my mini albums and attaching my decorative papers and everything, I always just tape around all the edges of my paper. That way my papers aren't going to buckle up. I'm not going to have glue oozing out to make it look not neat, you know. So wet adhesive goes in the middle, and I line everything with score tape. And I always use the 1/4 inch. I used to use the 1/2 inch, but it's more expensive, and I find that this is just fine because I use these glues in the center and my stuff's not going anywhere. Now I really only use this because, you know, it's costly. I only use this on like mini albums and big projects that I want to last. If I'm just making a card that somebody's probably going to throw away, then I go ahead and just use my ATG gun. Because a mini album is going to last forever. You're going to keep it forever, and it's quite expensive. And, you know, they get expensive because you are using expensive papers, all the tools and stuff. My magnets, I get questions on my magnets all the time. The one place that I had in one of my videos, it was an Etsy seller, and the link broke, and she must have changed or something, because I don't even know if it's the same one. But I did find another. and you get hundreds of these. They are 1/16 of an inch thick. I don't remember. I don't have the packaging, but they come like this, and they're the little discs. You get a ton. I keep them stuck on my drawer handle, and I use them all the time. They are very, very powerful. They will hold through paper. That's what I use on my minis. So I will have the link to the description on this. It's still from an Etsy seller, but if you want to Google and find out, they're neodymium, NEODYM or something magnets. That's what you'll search in the Google bar. And you know what? Use your Google, because you can type in score tape, tacky glues and everything, and figure out where to get it wherever you live, and the cheapest price too. That's just my little tidbit for you. I hope that helps everybody and answers some of your questions. And I think that's it. Glossy accents, I know people use that too. That's a good adhesive for gluing down your gel beads and trims, beads and stuff. But mostly what I use this for is if I want to fill in something to make it look like it has glass over the top. And really that's what it's for, but it is a glue. So I don't use this too often unless I'm filling something in that I want to look like a bubbled up glass or something, or little raindrops like bubbles. So that's what Glossy Accents is all about. All right, so those are what I use, and like I said, the links will be in the description box below. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope that helped. Bye.